Hi there, in today's video I'm going to teach you a simple step-by-step guide to changing your gears without any confusion or panic. So many new drivers find themselves in the wrong gear by accident, usually because they're rushing or they're panicking and they don't know what gear to select. So by the end of this video I'm going to aim for you to have a clear system so that you can change your gears smoothly and naturally without panicking. So first of all, you need to understand how the gears are working. Each gear has a speed range that it's going to work best at when you're changing the gears. You don't want to be just guessing, there is a range. So for example, first gear is usually between 0 and 10 miles per hour. This is the gear for moving off, is the most powerful gear. Gear 2 is between 10 and 20, and that's the gear you use for building speed. Gear 3 is between 20 and 30, and that's for like cruising around in the town. Fourth gear is between 30 and 40, and that is for open road driving. And then you have the fifth gear, which is for high speed or motorway driving or cruising. Now, these numbers are guides, they're not rules. They'll just give you an understanding and an idea of what you need to expect. So we'll use a method called the speed then gear method. One of the most common mistakes that learners make is trying to pick a gear before knowing what speed they're at. So always just glance down at the speed dial so that you'll be able to know what speed you're at and select the correct gear. So you need to try and think about what gear matches your speed. Then you need to change into that gear. So for example, if I'm driving at 25, I know that is the third gear because I know that is between the 20 and the 30 range. Once you know what gear you need to be selecting, it's a lot easier and it becomes a much more smoother sequence, which is clutch down. You've got to press the clutch fully down to the ground smoothly, changing the gear, so making sure that you decide which gear you're going to use, and then bringing the clutch up slowly with the gas and then releasing the pedal altogether and pressing as much gas as you need. So think of it like passing a baton in a race. It's controlled and it's smooth. It's not quick or snatching or anything like that. And don't just rely on the numbers, make sure that you're listening to the engine. So if you have a high, loud revving noise, then you're probably in too much of a low gear and you need to change up one. And if the car sounds like it's struggling or making a rumbling noise, then you probably need to go up a gear. So your car is going to kind of dictate to you by the sound and the feel as to which gear you need to be in. Before every gear change, you just need to quickly glance down at the dashboard so that you can see which speed that you're going at and match your speed to the gear range. This habit is going to stop you from randomly selecting the wrong gear because you're not just going to be guessing, and then soon everything will just become second nature. And if you do choose the wrong gear, don't panic, just quickly put the clutch back down again and select the correct gear and then continue. It's always better to take 1 extra second to get it right rather than to grind the gears into the wrong gear or to stall the engine altogether. So now you have this easy method to change the gear. I hope this is going to help you to select the right gear every time. And here is a simple way to change the gears just so that you don't select the wrong gear on the gear stick. So here, focus on my hand position. You see the position I push the gear stick away from me from first to second gear. When I go to third, I just go back to neutral and straight up. And the same with fourth. And when I do fifth gear, I push the gear stick towards me. And putting your hand into this position will just help you to always select the correct gear. As you see on the gear stick, there is a grid. You need to try to follow the grid. So you can see again, when I'm in first gear, push the gear stick away from you and down, and then to third, go to neutral, and fourth, back to neutral and straight down, and fifth, push the gear stick towards you and up. And reverse, quite difficult to do by accident. You have to go back to neutral first, and then into reverse. And remember that changing the gear is not about speed, it's about smoothness. With this speed then gear method, you're more in control, you're not guessing, and if you just keep practicing this, then it will become easier and easier every time, and you'll be doing it without even thinking about it. So that brings me to the end of this video. If you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the notifications and like this video, and I will see you for the next video.